100 coins and then 200 coins, all right? So then again, we will just look for the topics that we are having today as lesson 2. Okay, we are today focusing on the queuing problems and the interval problems. They are very, very important. And next week, we will focus on the fraction and also the number theory for the next week on Friday, and also the geometric on next Friday. All right, so thank you everybody. Let's just get started about the queuing problem. So for queuing problem, actually, it just got one focus and one method, which is very important to you. How? Let's just take a look at this one. So now you will have teacher Miu and teacher Charlene. We are queuing up buying the food. All right, Miu is in front of Charlene, and there are two people between us. Teacher Miu is the fourth from the front, and teacher Charlene was the fifth from the back. So how many people are there in the queue? Guys, any idea? Yeah, it's very easy one, right? Okay, just let me know. If you have the answer, you just let me know. Okay, so currently I don't have any correct answer. It's not very, very easy one, right? All right. So actually, this is a very typical queuing problem question. If we are doing queuing problem question, we just use the drawing method. So what is drawing method? First thing first, you draw the main character. So this story is about teacher Miu and teacher Charlene. So you just draw a very beautiful Miu. And since Miu is in front of Charlene, so then we will draw Charlene here. Right? We are queuing up along here. Right? So we draw Miu and draw Charlene. Then it says, since Miu is the fourth from the front, that means Miu is the fourth here. All right. And starting in front of Miu, there must be the first one all the way to Miu, the fourth one. So there would be 4 people sitting on this bench. It says there are 2 people between us. So there must be 2 of them sitting between us. Of course, and in the end, Charlene is the 5th from the back, which means teacher Charlene is the 5th, but she is the 5th from the back. So from her all the way to the last one from the back, there must be then again 5 kids sitting there. This is the first from the back, right? So in the end, altogether, how many people there? So you just find out altogether 4 in the purple color bench, and then 2 on the blue color bench, and then 5 on the green color bench. So altogether, it must be 11. This is the drawing method that we can do for the queuing problems. Queuing problems, to summarize. Actually, we have 3 steps to go. Step 1, you shall draw a flag to show the front. When you were just queuing up, right, you must know where's the front. If the front is here and then you just turn all the way back, it shouldn't be, right? That's a very crazy thing. So we shall draw a flag to show the front first. Then we draw the main characters and the others. Just like what we did just now for teacher Miu and teacher Charlene. The story is about Miu and Charlene. So you draw Miu and Charlene first based on the question. The question said Miu is in front of Charlene. So Miu first and then Charlene. Right? And also, since Miu is the 4th from the front, then you just draw the other starting from the first all the way to the 4th. Then you just draw a bench for them to sit on and label the number. All right. Also, as for Charlene, she is the 5th from the back. So all the way from the last one to Charlene, the 5th one, you just draw a bench again and let them sit on. That's how we do the queuing problem. If so, let's try one, which is about City. All right. It says City was the 9th in the queue, counting from the front. And Betty was the 6th in the same queue, counting from the back. Now City was in front of Betty, and there were 2 people standing between them. How many people were there in the queue? Let's just try by yourself. Oh, so fast. I got some correct answer already. Now I got different opinions. Any other ideas? Okay. All right. So for this kind of question, again, it's about queuing problem. When we were doing queuing problem, do you remember what method shall we use? Drawing method, right? So we shall use drawing method to find out how. Step 1, draw a flag. All right, so let me just draw a flag. All right, in the blue color, draw a flag that shows the front. Then we draw the main character. In this question, the main character is City and Betty, right? And don't forget, it says City was in front of Betty. So these two main character, which is City in front of Betty, right? Then it says City was the knife in a cube, counting from the front. So if this is City from the front, that's the knife, all right? So the first one from the front is supposed to be here, all the way to City, sitting on the bench. How many people were there? Yeah, the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and then sixth one, seventh, eighth, and ninth. All together, there must be 9, right? Well done, dear. So this part must be 9. Continue. And Betty was the 6th, but from the back. So you need to find out where is the first one from the back. Shall be here? Or shall be all the way to the back? It shall be here, right? All the way from the back. So this is the first one from the back. So the first one from the back all the way to City, who is the 6th from the back. On this bench, how many people there? The first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. All the way there are 6 people. All right. Is that the end? Oh, cool. Not really, right? Because there were 2 people standing between them. So that means between them, you still have 2 more people. And also sit on the bench. Altogether, there are 2. In the end, we shall add them up. So when we add them up, what do we have? Which is supposed to be 9 plus 2 plus 6. That gives you 17. That's how we come to the question. How we come to the answer. All right, that's how we go to 17. Well done, dear. So about QA problems, always we use the drawing method. So for the drawing method, it's also very easy thing, right? You just need to draw the flag to show you the front, draw the main characters and also the other people, give it the bench to sit on, and label the numbers in the end, add up. But what about this one? Now, Mew is in front of Charlene, and there are 2 people standing between them. So basically, it's like this, right? Mew is standing in front of Charlene, and 2 people between us. But this time, Mew is the 7th from the back. That means this is Mew, the 7th, but from the back. Where is the first one from the back? Oh no. The first one from the back is at the back. That means the red color benches from the first one from the back all the way to Mew, there are 7 people. You see who is also sitting on that bench? Charlene, right? Which is a little bit different now. Very, very difficult one now. So how can we continue? All right, let's continue. And it says Charlene is the 6th from the front. Charlene is the 6th, but from the front. That means we need to find out. There must be from the first one from the front all the way to Charlene on the blue color bench. There must be 6 people. So how many people are there in the queue? This time, can we use 6 plus 7? That altogether 13 people. Can I say so? You can just tell me in the chat box. Can I say there must be 6 on the blue color bench plus 7 on the red color bench? So altogether, there are 13 people. Can I say so? Why not? What's wrong? Why not? This is how we did, right? We add up all the benches and get the people. Why not? Well done, dear. Good job, guys. Don't forget, dear. Actually, look at the blue color benches. Mew sit on the blue color benches, and at the same time, Mew also sit on the red color benches. Right? These 2 people also, they sit on 2 branches, 2 benches. So can we sit on both benches at the same time? No way. So we need to take out the overlap. We cannot count Mew twice. We cannot count these 2 people twice. We cannot count Charlene twice. So that's we add the first bench 6 plus the second bench 7 and take out the overlap. Where are those overlap? Which is Mew on 2 benches, the 2 people on 2 benches, and Charlene also on the 2 benches. So we need to take out 4. That's how we go to 13 minus 4. That will give you 9. So this is something you need to pay attention to. If you draw the benches and you find out that, hey, some of those were sitting on both benches, which is not possible. One people can only sit on one bench, right? So for this kind, it's not allowed. That's we want to take out the overlap. Talking about taking out the overlap, let's just try one like this one. Now, Mu is the 9 from the back. Charlene is the 10 from the front. So can you tell me all together how many people in total? Can I say it's A or B or C? Any idea? Then again, 10 people from the front. In the first bench. 9 people on the second bench. So can I say all together there must be A or B or C? Well done, dear. I got some correct answer already. Well done. Well done, dear. Perfect. We shall use the first bench plus the second bench and take out the overlap, which includes Mill, 2 people, and Charlene. Right? So it's supposed to be 2 benches add up and take out 4 as the overlap. Well done. What about the second one? Oh, the queue is super long. So how many people are there in total? Wow, cool. Seriously, what do you think, Liu? Can I just direct add them up? No way, right? I add up and don't forget there are several people overlapping, which is Miu, the 3 people in the middle, and also Charlene. So you still need to take out the overlap. Well done. What about this queue? Oh no. This one is very difficult. This one is very difficult. Any idea? Still B? I don't think so. Should I add up all the numbers? So get A. Well done. Well done, dear. This one is very difficult. This one is very tricky. You know what? So from the front all the way to the back, yes, it's supposed to be 30 plus 20, yes. But then you see who is sitting on both benches, which include Mill, include Charlene, and these 10 people also sitting on these 2 benches as the overlap. So you shall take out the 10 and Charlene and Miu. So it's supposed to be C. This is very, very difficult one. So guys, please pay attention. After drawing the queue, you need to be careful. What exactly is we are looking for? If we just looking for all together how many people, don't forget you count them twice when you add them up. So you take out the overlap. All right, so let's try one. It says Jolene was the 6th in the queue, counting from the front. Amy was the 5th in the same queue, counting from the back. If Amy is in front of Jolene and there were 3 children between them, how many children were in a queue? Any idea? You can try. Please try first. Really? So few? I got different answers. Aha. Okay, let's try this one, dear. Let's try. Okay, let's try. So first thing first, when we are doing the queuing problems, always we draw the flag to show the front. All right, so this is the flag to show you the front. Then we draw the main characters, which is Amy and Jolene in this question. It says Amy is in front of Jolene, so closer to the front, which is Amy. And then at the back is supposed to be Jolene. All right. The question says there were 3 children between them. So let's just confirm that first, which is 3 children between them. All right, 1, 2, 3. Then let's continue. It says Jolene was the sixth counting from the front, which means this is the sixth Jolene, all the way to the first from the front. So for the green color bench, there are six people, right? I will just move it here, six. Continue. What about Amy? Amy was the fifth, all right, counting from the back. Then you will see there, fifth, fourth, third, second, first. So that means this part is fifth, five people. Altogether, what do you think? Should I do only like say 6 plus 5 that equals to 11, am I right? No way. You need to take out those who is sitting on the benches, right? Two benches as the overlap, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 5. Then you find out it is 6. Yes, this is a very tricky one. Very, very tricky one. Apart from drawing it one by one, you can just direct draw the flag, draw the main character and the others, and then based on what you drew to find out what happened. All right, thank you guys. So this is about queuing problem. But talking about queuing problem, there's one more very crazy thing. It's like this one. It says the students are arranged in a square to perform a dance. How many students are there in total? Are you going to count it one by one? No way, right? So how can you just super fast and let me know how many students were standing here? It's not 6 here. So how many students were standing here in the square now? You are not counting it one by one. What should you do? Good job there. Well done. You can see there must be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students in a row. And all together there are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows, right? So we can just do 4 times 4 to get you 16. This is very easy one. Perfect. Well done, guys. Excellent. What about this one? Now it says the students are arranged in a rectangle to perform a dance. So how many students are there in total? Once again, are you going to do it one by one? Count it one by one. No way, right? So what should we do? Oh, so fast. Well, then they are perfect. So definitely we shall. Yes, there are 4 students in a row. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 rows. So we can use 6 times 4. Then we can get there actually 24 rows of 24 students. Right? So easy. But what if here comes to the cloud? And now you will find out that the cloud just covers some of the students. But once again, they are still in a rectangle. Can you just let me know how many students in total? Okay, this one is tricky. Can you find out? So far I get nothing. This one is very tricky one. Yeah, some of the clouds just cover some of the students. You cannot see them. Can you? Oh, well done, dear. So fast. Well done, dear. You can see actually in one row, there must be 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 students. And how many rows you can see? There must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. So again, it must be 4 times 5 equals to 20 students. Okay, let me just blow out the clouds for you to see. Are they 12? Are they 20? Yes, it is. And what about this one? One more. Okay, now we got thicker cloud now. They are now arranged in a rectangle. Can you just find out how many students were there standing there? So fast! Well done. Cool. So now you can also count, right? Since they're in a rectangle, so every row should have the same number of students, right? Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 students in a row. And altogether, how many rows you can see, right? There must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. So altogether, it's supposed to be 40. Then again, Mew will just blow out the clouds for you to see. Are they 40? Yes, they are. So if they will just arrange in a square or a rectangle. It's very easy for us to do so because only if we know that how many students in a row and how many rows, we can just direct find out by using multiplication. So let's try one, which said students are arranged in a rectangle to perform. All right, and then Jima is the fifth in the line, counting from the front to the back. The seventh in the line, counting from the back to the front. She is also the second in line, counting from the left to the right. And also she is the fourth, counting from the right to the left. How many students are there in the total? There's a mu. What does it mean? Good question. What about circle? Good question. After class, I go to you. But what about this one? How do we do so? We can just do it step by step, right? Okay, let's just start from the front to the back first. Which is from the front. Ayo, I should make it bigger, all right? Let me make it bigger. From the front to the back. You see, this is Jima, right? Yeah, make it a Jima, bigger Jima. And Jima was the fifth from the front to the back. This is the fifth one. That means in front of her, there must be the first one. All the way to Jima, there are 5 people, right? At the same time, Jima was the seventh from the back. So this is the first one from Jima, from the back all the way to Jima, there must be 7 people. So from the front to the back, altogether, how many people? There must be 5 plus 7, 8. Jima sit on both benches, take it away, which is altogether 11 people. Right? That's from the front to the back. But don't forget, since it is a rectangle, you still can see it from the left to the right. Then we can just start from the left to the right. So from the left to the right, you can see Jima again in the middle. And from the left, she is the second one. Oh, so there's 1 to his left, to her left. And then 4 from the right to the left. So this is the fourth. From the right to the left. This is the first from the right to the left. So altogether, there must be 4 sitting on this bench. So from the left to the right, altogether, it must be 2 plus 4. Then again, G must sit on both bench. Take it away. There must be 5 people. Right? If so, how can I find out the total? So easy, right? Well done, dear. So easy. Then, because from the front to the back, altogether there are 11 people. From the left to the right, altogether there are 5 people. So we just use multiplication to find out there's 5 times 11 equals to 55. So easy, right? So no matter it's arranged in a queue or from the left to the right or just in a square or a rectangle, no matter how, you just draw out to find out for the queuing problem. Thank you so much. And let's just summarize a little bit. Queuing problem, we use drawing method. How we draw it? Step 1, we should draw a flag to show the front. Then we draw the main character and the others just like what Mew did. Alright. Then you need to draw a bench for them to sit on, label the number, and to see what you are actually looking at. Thank you so much. And let's just continue to the chicken rabbit problem. Alright. Not the chicken rabbit problem, sorry. It's about the planting tree problem. Chicken rabbit problem is for the previous week. This week we are talking about planting trees. So you can see Mew is here, right? Not chicken rabbit. I like chicken rabbit, but not again. We are going to the tree planting. So now you can see Mew. This is Mew, right? Very typical Mew. So Mew is going to plant the tree. So I carry the tree, and then I will just walk, plant the tree here. Can I direct plant the second tree next to the tree like that? Can I? No, so squeezy one, right? It's not good for trees. So we need to walk a distance and then plant a tree. Then I walk the same distance to plant a tree. Then you will see between 2 trees, this is what we call as an interval. So interval is the space between 2 things. That is called the interval. But you look at the trees and the intervals, the relationship is not always the same. Let's just take a look at the first one. If they want to make the row into 6 parts and plant the tree at both ends, that means we start with a tree and end with the tree. So how many trees they need? You can direct count, right? There must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees. That means you have 6 parts, but 7 trees. So which one got more? I will ask this question again. When we start with 3 and with 3, so which one is more? You have 6 intervals, but 7 trees. So the tree is more, right? Why the tree is more? Let me just show you. This is something very important as the interval problem. When you have 1 tree, after 1 tree, you go to 1 interval, right? So this is 1 pair. And continue. We have the second tree and the second interval. Again, there's another pair, right? Then continue. I have 1 tree and 1 interval, another pair, right? And then continue with 1 tree and 1 interval, another pair. And then continue with 1 tree and 1 interval, and mu will just move here. So you will see there's another pair, and continue with 1 tree and 1 interval, another pair. Look at the last tree. Does it have any of the intervals to pair with it? No. That's why when we start with a tree and with the tree will got more. All right. So this is the first thing first. What about this one? Now it goes. We have the 6 part of the trees again. All right, 6 part of the rows again, but we only plant it at 1 end. That means we start with 3, but end with a rock. So how many trees does it have? Now you can count and find out that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6 trees. Now this time, who got more? Nobody got more. Because we start with 3, but end with the intervals. Let me just show you how. We have 1 tree, 1 interval, 1 tree, 1 interval, 1 tree, 1 interval, 1 tree, 1 interval, 1 tree, 1 interval. Yeah. 1 tree with 1 more interval. And do we have more trees and more intervals? No, we just have a lovely set rock. Because we don't care about it, right? We only care about trees and intervals. So then again, if we start with the tree and end with intervals, they must have the same number. All right, same number. Continue. What about now? Okay, this one is crazier. 6 part, but neither ends of the road, neither ends. That means we start with a very set rock because we don't care, and end with another very set rock which we don't care. Neither. So who got more? Of course, we only need 5 trees of those, right? Because you can see there are 5 trees, and interval we got 1 more. Because you see, 1 interval first with the tree a pair, 1 interval and a tree a pair, 1 interval and a tree a pair, 1 interval and a tree 1 pair, 1 interval and a tree 1 pair, and this is a very sad, lonely Mr. Interval. Nobody is pairing up with it. So that's why here is the 1 more. We have 1 more interval. If we start from interval and with interval, interval is more. All right, let's come to one very crazy one, which is about circular row. Any idea? For the circular row, right, we need a 6 part of the row. So how many broccoli trees that we need? Yeah, it really looks like broccoli. Yeah, you see, right? This one is very easy. 6, right? 6 tree. So basically, it's the same again. A tree and interval. I would just label them in numbers. 1 tree, 1 interval. The second tree with the second interval. The third tree with the third interval. The 4 trees with the 4th interval. The 5th tree with the 5th interval. And the 6th tree with the 6th interval. So basically, they're the same thing. All right. So for the interval problem, actually, you need to know that what are we starting with and what do we end with. And you need to think about that. If we start with that and with that, so who got more? Then you can just go back to the relationship. For example, if we start with 3 and end with 3, Which one is one more? Broccoli is one more. Seriously. There are trees, not broccoli. There must be trees is one more, right? You can see we got one more tree, right? That is the tree, interval tree, interval tree, interval tree, interval tree, interval tree, interval, lonely tree. No interval is pairing up with him. Continue. What about the tree at one end? That means we start with tree and end with intervals. Not end with rocks. We don't care about rocks, sorry. So there must be the same. They have the same thing. Because tree and interval 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 tree and the last interval and the set rock, we don't care. So they must be the same. And continue. What about this one? If we have tree at neither ends, that means we start with interval and end with interval. Then what next? Who is one more? That means interval is one more. Good. Because the interval with the tree, 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 the set interval as the one more. All right. And continue. What about this one? Circular row. For the circular row, there must be, sing. All right. Thank you, guys. So actually, these are the 4 types about planting trees question inside interval. But for the interval problems, it will just go a little bit more difficult, like this one. It says tree has been planted at the start and at the end at the row or hole. This is very important. Starting with the tree and ending with the tree. What's in your mind? Start with a tree and end with tree. That means tree got more, okay? And then continue. It says it's in a 27-meter long way. All right, that means you have a road, and altogether is 27-meter away, and you plant trees on it. Start with a tree and end with a tree like that. All right. And more trees are planted along the road at an equal distance of 3 meters. That means after 3 meters, you go to a tree. Very twisted. After 3 more meters, you go to another tree. Now the question is the first thing first. How many intervals are there? Hey guys, you know, this 3 meters is for the tree or for the interval? Do you see a 3-meter tree? Can you plant a 3-meter tree? Not possible, right? So actually interval, 3 meter and interval, 3 meter and interval, where then there is supposed to be 27 divided by 3 to see there are 9 intervals. All right. Once you find out there are 9 intervals, can you tell me that how many trees are there? Well done. You look at this, you start with a tree and end with tree. Tree definitely would be one Mr. Lonely One. Nobody is pairing up with the last tree. So there must be one more tree than the interval. 9 interval, but one more tree. So you have 9 plus 1 equals 10 trees. Oh, this is a very basic thing about the interval problem. This is very basic. Very, very basic one. Let's go a little bit deeper. What about this one? It says 9 flags are evenly placed along a racetrack that is 160 meters long. So the first flag is right at the start and the last flag is right at the end. What is the distance between each flag? Any idea? I know, evenly placed, right? 160 divided by 9. So it might be 1 or 10. It is okay. I do the division, which is like this lah, divided by 9. So it is 1, 9, and I find out it is 70. 763. 7. 70 remainder 7 meter. Definitely is wrong, right? How comes what is 17 remainder 7 meter? What is it? It doesn't make sense, right? Which means it is wrong. Guys, for this one, what should we do? First thing first, 9 flags. And the first thing first, all right? If you still cannot understand, you draw out to know about this one, right? It's like a row. And got 9 flags. And they were just evenly spaced. That means at the equal distance. That means the interval is the same all the time. It says the first flag is right at the start, and the last flag is right at the end. And altogether, there are 9 flags. Right? That means we start with flag, end with flag. Flag is one more. So can you just let me know how many intervals are there? Yeah, that must be 9. Take away 1 because flag is one more, right? So take away that one more, that you will get 8 intervals. When you got 8 intervals, that means this part, the row has been split into 8 equal parts with the same length. 8 equal parts. And this each of the part supposed to be 160 meter altogether, divided by 8 to find out it is 20 meter. Yes, that's how we do. So easy, right? So moral of the story, for interval problems, always try to find out the interval first. This is one of very important thing. All right. But for this kind of question, there's one more very tricky one. It's like this. It says Leo planted 20 roses along the side of the row. All right. So let me just show you Leo. This is Leo planting the flowers, evenly spaced. The third rose and the 11th rows is 32 meters apart. That means starting from the third rows all the way to the 11th rows, it is 32 meters apart. What is the length of the row? Any idea? Try. Let's try. Not that easy one. Hey guys, you know the long row, right? It's full of intervals, right? What if I know one interval? Can you find out the answer? Can, right? Can. So how can? All right, let me just show you how. So since it told you from the third one all the way to the 11th, it is 32 meters. So you just find out. Wow, so fast. I got so many of you all correct. Well done, dear. Okay, let's do it step by step. So from the third rows all the way to the 11th rows, altogether, how many intervals are there? It's supposed to be on the page number we talk about, right? 11 minus 3, right? So altogether, it's supposed to be 8 intervals. And these 8 intervals just cover 32 meters, right? So the length of one interval must be 32 divided by 8 to see they are 4 meters each. Right? Then you need to find out from the first rows all the way to the 20th row. It's supposed to be 20 minus 1, right? Or you will know there must be 19 intervals. Each interval is 4 meters. So 4 meter 1, 4 meter 1, 4 meter 1, 4 meter 1, 4 meter 1. So altogether, the total distance supposed to be 19 intervals. Each interval is 4 meters. So it would give you 76 meters. Well done. So easy, right? So guys, if you want to find out the total, you can just find out each of the smaller part first and then use multiplications to find out the total. All right, this is very easy thing. But also there will be one more about the interval problems I would like to share. Okay, though it's a little bit overrun. It says Sarah placed 10 flags in the row. Okay, let me show you. 10 flags in the row, starting from the end and the start and the end of the runway at a regular interval of 4 meters apart. That means this is 4 meter, this is 4 meter, this is 4 meter, and this is 4 meter. All right. Unfortunately, 3 flags were accidentally damaged. Oh no. And have to be removed. Then Sarah placed out the remaining flags evenly again from the start to the end of the runway like this. What is the new distance between each flag? Any idea? Oh, this is very tricky. I can show you this again. It says Sarah just placed all the 10 flags from the start all the way to the end. with 4 meters apart. But unfortunately, 3 flags just broken. So we need to remove it. Then he evenly placed the flags again. What is the new distance? Guys, think about this. Most of the things were changing in this question, right? The numbers of flags are changing from 10 to 7, right? And the intervals is also changing from 4 to the numbers we want. But something never changed. What never changes? Well done. I got the answer already. Perfect. What never changes? You will find out that actually this one way never changes. It's always that long. So we just find out something never changes first. Okay, so as you see, at first, 4 meter and interval, 4 meter interval, 4 meter interval. So for 10 flags, how many intervals? There must be 10. Take away the 1. Flags are always one more. Start with flags, end with flags. So there are 9 intervals. With these 9 intervals, you will find out the total distance of the row must be 9 groups of 4 meter, which is 36 meter, right? So this 36 meter never change. Never change for the flags. No matter how many flags, even it's 100 flags, it won't change. So then continue. After damaged, how many flags are left? You got 10 flags, but 3 flags just got damaged, right? So we take out those 3 damaged flags. You have altogether 7 flags, but flags is always one more. So you would have 6 intervals. Now 6 intervals sharing this 36 meter as the total distance. It must be 36 divided by 6 to find out there are 6 meter as the interval. So this is how we do this question. This is also one very, very tricky one, very, very difficult one. You just find out something that never changes and do the question. Thank you, guys. So for today, we talk about queuing problems, include the drawing method. You draw a flag to show the front, draw the main characters and the others, and then based on the drawing, you need to find out what you want. Don't forget to take out the overlap. And also, for the interval problems, you need to remember, if we start with the tree and end with the tree is always one more. When we start with the tree but end with the intervals, that means tree is only at one end, then there must be same thing. And also, if tree at neither ends, that means we start with interval, end with intervals, that means interval is one more. And in the end, if it is a circular row, which is quite a weird one, right? There must be also same thing. Thank you, everybody. And for today, then again, for the daily challenge, it will be published later after this section done. Then again, 5 questions for the daily challenge, and you will earn 200 coins for that. And also, there will be extra bonus. But for today, we have 3 extra questions, which is quite tricky. Very, very tricky one. Difficult one. Then these 3 questions, also, you can earn extra 200 coins, all right? Which will start from Saturday at noon. And the next section will be on fraction, which will be conducted by teacher Abel. That is on next Tuesday at 7 p.m. So thank you so much for today, and so sorry for the overrun. Then again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, and see you guys next week. Bye-bye.